Today we are headed to Simbo Island, which is famous for what, Brian?
Yeah, they're meant to have a small volcano on the island with some like hot springs and that kind of thing.
That's active or dormant. It's a little bit unclear because when you talk to locals, it seems like there might be slightly bit of fear of people living on this volcano.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the crocodile thing in a way when you'd ask locals about it. They're a bit funny.
Yeah, depends what question you ask.
Yeah. But anyways, should be cool. We'll go check out the volcano hopefully, and
yeah, we're all stocked up. We stopped at Gizo, filled up fuel for the first time since we left Australia.
Yeah, 3.5 months.
3.5 months ago.
First time we got some supplies too, groceries, but fuel. And fuel was interesting here because they bring 200-liter drums from Honiara to Gizo, and then they manually fill it. So they just fill up these 5-liter jerry jugs, and as Ryan was trying to explain to them, that when they filled our drums, it was under the line, under the 20-liter line, so they weren't filling them properly. And what did you say to them?
Well, they were like, oh, it's because your jug's expanded, and I was like, oh, we'll try this one, which wasn't expanded, still the same. Oh, okay, we'll try another one. And then he's like, oh, it must be because your containers are old. I said, and I'm looking at his really old looking 5-liter container, and obviously if your 5 liters a little bit off every time you added it, adds a little bit more off each time. But anyway, there's basically
you were like,
I
think your jugs are old and off, and he's like, no, and yeah, there's not really much you can argue.
He's like, yeah, this is what we always use for everyone. I was like, well, then everyone's been up. Like, you've been giving less to everyone.
It is what it is. We need fuel. There's not much we can do about it. Kind of more just sucks for all the people here that don't have much money and then spend it on fuel and get ripped off in a way. But I guess this is how it works. But we're all stocked up and ready to go to our next island.
Yeah.
We're Ryan and Puppy, and this is Once Upon a Reef.
In this documentary series, we sail through the Solomon Islands Western Province, showcasing its unique culture, deep-rooted traditions, and island way of life.
If you're into raw adventure, sustainable living, and untold island stories, hit subscribe. And come sail away with Skateaway.
So this is their New Year's celebrations. After New Year's Day, they're doing games and they're going racing in canoes. So the women just went and they're just racing around the little marker and coming back, and then the winners get like little prizes like hoodies or rice. And this is going on like for a week, and then on Friday they're gonna tally up all the points for all the different games, and then a big feast and prizes. So now is the canoe race, and then they're gonna do some swimming, spearfishing, diving, how long you can hold your breath. Yeah, pretty cool. Wait, show us the lollies? Yeah. Okay, go. Are you ready? Okay, listen, I'm just gonna try. I go. So we've just come back from the night games, or skits.
Yeah, they call it Kings and Queens. So it's basically they have different groups and they
have 4 groups,
groups,
each named after the countries Morocco, Croatia, France, and Argentina. And yeah, each of them do skits. Where they come out and do some sort of fancy entrance, welcoming in the king and queen.
Yeah. And we were invited to be the judges to rate them. So they come out in different ways, and then they asked questions about climate change, or like how they're going to help the village, or the elderly or the young generation.
Yeah, it becomes very serious suddenly.
Yeah, like really important questions, but with a lot of fun behind it.
And they're all dressed up in costumes, and then they have to strike a pose like a king and queen would.
Thank you too much, King and Queen Blow Team Argentina for come this evening. Me follow Masur happy too much for having me follow.
There's four different skits that we watched.
Yeah,
That's
and then
pretty cool.
rate them on 5 different criteria.
Yeah.
So it's appearance, costume, entrance and exit, and creativity.
And then all these points get added to an overall amount, because these games have been going on since New Year's Day, and they continue on for a week. Every day something different, and everybody's part of those teams. And by Friday, which would be the end of the week, this Friday, they're going to tally up all the points and figure out the main winner and have a big feast. After our morning coffee, we set out with our guide Stevenson, paddling around the island until we reached the volcanic hot springs. He led us through a hidden entrance into a sheltered cove called Green Lake, where we left our kayaks. The sulfur smell told us we arrived. The water grew steadily hotter, so hot that I started worrying I'd scald myself when it was time to climb out. This is the lake from your volcano?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
You call this Green Lake.
yes.
I can see why.
Already have here in first visit, we just going to the hot spring, boiling water over here. And after that, we can go to the hot steam.
Okay.
Another side. We just carry some potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah, so I will go and show you how we cook in the hot steam.
Cool.
Yeah. And after that, we can go up in that mountain for the crater.
Yeah.
And maybe that's all
Yeah,
from
sounds good to
our
me.
visit today.
Yeah.
Ooh. That one is hot. Yeah, I can feel it. It's pretty hot.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. You come here in the winter time?
Sorry?
You come here in winter time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's burning hot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could smell the sulfur. Thanks. Oh yeah, it smells like rotten eggs.
See this one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fresh water coming out?
Yeah.
Fresh water.
Yeah. This one, but I don't know. This is some mixed with sulfur or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Yeah, you can smell
But we
it.
use this one. Sometimes we come here and cook food.
Oh nice.
Yeah. In this well, hot.
Never-ending stove.
Yeah. Maybe a
Boiled
chicken.
Chicken?
Yes. Yeah, we come and put it here, and we just out. Spread.
Or a whole pig.
Yeah.
So we're about to go up the volcano, and at the top we're going to boil some potatoes, volcano style. We just came in now on the kayak into the freshwater green lake that's got different hot pools around. Really hot. Really, really hot.
So you see this kind of a small boat, the Megapode bait come like
In
inside,
these?
yes.
Mm.
And see this one?
So they're not always the dirt mounds sometimes, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
So the Megapode eggs in here.
How do you know if they're in there?
Sorry?
How do you know if there's one there?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
How do you know if there's an egg there or not?
yeah, because sometimes you can see the like a hand from Megapode crusty hold
Yeah.
inside the ground, and it just maybe egg.
And then you put your hand in and see.
Put it hand inside and just find the egg.
Okay.
Megapode, named after their large feet used for digging, are also called incubator birds or mound builders. A chicken-like bird found in the island chains like Solomon Islands, including Simbo. Unlike any other bird, megapodes don't sit on their eggs. They use their environment, massive compost mounds warmed by decay. Or on Simbo, burrows dug into volcanic soil, kept at a steady 33 degrees Celsius by the Earth's heat. And the eggs? Giants! Up to twice the size of a chicken egg, with yolks making up to 50 to 70% of their weight. On Simbo, locals carefully harvest these rich orbs from the burrows, then cook them right in the island's steaming geothermal vents.
Ali?
Yeah.
Maybe some guys here, they already cooked their food.
Okay.
From
It's a nice smell to the leaf, huh?
yeah.
It's like almost like a eucalypt. They use fern, huh?
Sorry?
The leaf is fern?
Yeah.
Fern.
Yeah.
Smells nice, eh?
It smells minty.
Yeah, it's all the
What
fern
about
they
the
cook.
smell of sulfur? It's okay for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No, but many tourists we bring them come here.
Same
Yeah.
everywhere. Just get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not nice, but worth it.
So Stevenson's about to cook some potatoes on the hot steam. Never-ending cooker.
And that would explain the minty smell.
Yeah, some of the locals have already used some of the leaves and cooking up a megapode eggs that they collect on the island.
So it's like sulfur mint.
Yeah, so it actually smells really nice. Almost like a eucalypt.
I wouldn't say really nice, but
I actually think
it's like rotten eggs with a bit of mint.
but not so. I was definitely smelled more rotten.
It's the most intense cooking you'll probably ever see.
So that's how we cook the food in the hot steam.
Okay.
Yeah. Almost the people here, they come and the food, they don't need to make a fire.
So people would come here every day.
Yeah,
cooking
every
food.
day.
It's so good.
So we've just left the potatoes to cook in the ferns on the volcanic rocks, and now we're going to hike up to the top and we're going to see the crater, and when we come back we'll have our food.
Oh, hear that one.
Yeah, it's really loud.
Yeah.
It's like ready to erupt.
You mix this
Yeah, that one.
sulfur with oil
With oil.
for scabies.
Yes.
Mm.
For any scratch in your body.
Skin infections.
Yes.
I probably need some for here. What kind of oil do you mix it with?
Because we don't have something, so we use a coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
This one is a crater. Maybe I don't know. Maybe before he erupted, or I don't know. Maybe this one is. Yeah.
Hopefully not now.
No.
It's nice and warm up here.
Here, on what the world calls Simbo Island, the locals call home, Mendegugusu, a name only spoken in rare Simbo language, heard nowhere else on Earth. We stand in the western Solomon Islands on a living volcano. Simbo is built from 3 broken volcanic cones fused into one small island. The north was born nearly 2 million years ago. Here, where we stand on the south, the ground is younger, hotter, and alive. But fumaroles breathe steam into the humid air. Sulfur stings the nose. This is a solfatara, a volcanic vent exhaling the planet's breath. Just behind us, the Nugusunu crater, a black gaping scar from the last eruption. It happened around 1910. Not in textbooks, but in the memories of elders. A sudden explosion tore the crater wide. Villagers near Lake Ove fled in the night. The mountains spoke and they listened. And then in 2007, the sea answered back. A magnitude 8.1 earthquake struck just 42 kilometers east. A 12-meter high tsunami roared in, swallowing 2 northern villages, but not a single life was lost. On Simbo, the mountain doesn't just shape the land, it shapes the people, and they, in turn, keep its stories alive.
What do you reckon, Chef? Is it done?
Sorry?
What do you reckon, Chef? Is it done?
Hear me? It's so loud, the volcano.
Bring this one. So,
Oh, nice.
so sorry. Like that.
I love these purple potatoes. They're the most delicious.
Okay, you have a taste.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
And your wine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What do you reckon?
Well, I love the potatoes in this country. They have so much more flavor. That you can just eat a boiled potato with nothing.
Can you taste the sulfur?
No. It is very hot.